status updates from my friends who I've connected with here. Now, not a lot of people might not use Windows Live right now as their social networking point, but one of the beauties is that I can have a Facebook account, a MySpace account, a Twitter account, multiple other accounts, and I can aggregate this information into my Windows Live homepage. So as people update these other services, Twitter, Facebook, and so on, those updates and those new little pieces of news or messages that people post up are going to show up right here in this one location. So with a single application, I can see what's going on across all of these different social networking applications. So it's a great way to bring together and aggregate all that information into a single place through the relationships that our live team, our live services team, is building with all these different social networking companies and online companies. Now, obviously, some people like to just use the pure single service, so obviously we have a Facebook client like other people. Now, this is a best-in-class Facebook client that we've created. I've got the ability to check news feeds in the wall, photos, friends, contact information, inbox, all the stuff. And one of my favorite features is right here on the contacts. So I can actually go in here beyond my contacts into the phone book here, and for people who have actually posted up phone numbers for themselves, I can contact them directly through this. So if I have friends who have reached out to me on Facebook from high school, from college, from trade shows, I might not actually have them in my contact list because I don't talk to them a lot. But if I'm down here in San Diego, I've got somebody I know down here, I want to hook up, connect with those people, and see what's new in their lives, I can still come in here and say, hey, I want to sit down and see what's up in Jane's life. I can simply, with one tap, call her mobile number, or if she had her home number in there, so I can contact that person directly based on their contact information that they have in Facebook. I don't need to have that in my contacts. So it just makes it for a little bit more powerful experience, being able to connect with those people that are important to me. Now the power of the PC is another big thing. So I've got different applications in here. Obviously, Office Mobile, so the same familiar experiences I have on the PC, I have available to me on my phone. I can edit and manage documents here. Our new version of Office Mobile coming out is going to have a great SharePoint client on it that allows me to connect back to a SharePoint server behind the corporate firewall. I can edit documents. I can comment on documents. I can turn around and resave those back up to that SharePoint server right from my phone. So I'm having a good, powerful experience today, same powerful experience that I have on the PC, available on the phone. Internet Explorer, web browsing is another really big thing. Everybody loves to do it on their PCs. It's where we get all our information, our news, Well, I have a good experience now on my phone. I can come in here. I have a full page browsing experience. So as it loads up here, once that page is loaded, you notice that the menu at the bottom and the address bar at the top fade away. I get the full real estate of the screen to work with. I don't have to hide anything. I can move around this page. It fully renders the page. One of the things you'll notice is I don't have checkerboard pattern as I scroll back and forth and around here. That's because the new Internet Explorer browser renders the entire page at one time. It doesn't render 100K blocks. So I get a much nicer experience moving around the page and seeing what's there. And down here in the right corner, you'll notice I've got a little orientation map. It shows me where I'm at on the page so I don't get lost, especially if I'm browsing around on a large web page. Now, we've done some other enhancements on the phone. I talked about things being a little bit more touch or finger friendly here. The entire operating system has been enhanced with some more finger friendly gestures and sizes. So things you notice are spaced out here. So here my favorites list, for example, is spaced out more to be more finger friendly. We've added web icons to it. Now these web icons make it much easier to find what I'm looking for. If you're familiar with the brand like Flickr, like Facebook, things like that, your eye is going to be drawn to that brand instead of a list view full of names. So I can just tag those things really quickly. We also support Flash in our browser. So I'm going to load up a site here. This is Ice and Orange Chamonix, a resort in France. And one of the things that they did was they built into their website for a big sales tool is a slideshow of the resort to help sell it. And they've done this in Flash. Now, if I was visiting this with a browser that didn't support Flash, I'm not going to get the full impact of the site, and they're not going to be able to sell it to me the way that they want to. So the ability to have Flash on the browser helps me to be able to experience the web the way the developers and the way I need to, and the way the web it was intended to be seen, the way the pages are intended to be seen, is through having that Flash support on there. We've also created a little platform for some toys called widgets or gadgets. So these are widgets here like MSN Weather and MSN Money here on the sides. These are really easy to create applications that you can code up. It's amazing how fast people can build these. And what they do is they'll connect up to important data that's unique and important to you that you want to grab. So everybody's got a weather type application on their phones. There's nothing special about that. But if you think about the applications that you can build with this kind of a technology and how easy it is to do. If I was a sales representative who was visiting multiple stores, for instance, I might have an application that reaches out to a secure server that I have up in the cloud that I can reach, that I can grab information from. So as I visit a store, instead of hitting Redmond, Washington for weather, I'm hitting the Redmond, Washington store, San Diego store, for instance, and I'm being able to pull up-to-date sales information. How many pairs of pants, how many pairs of shoes have they sold this month, this week, today, maybe real-time data that's pertinent information, or pertinent and important just to me, is that sales rep, or is that maybe that person who manages multiple stores. As I move around, I have all that information at my fingertips, and only things that's important to me. I don't have to scroll through large spreadsheets on my small screen phone to try to find that information. It's all right there, all filtered out into a single little application. Again, it's very easy to code up and create. Now, we've also gone a little further with things like backing up your software, or backing up your data. In February, we rolled out the MyPhone beta. On Tuesday, when we launched Windows phones, the MyPhone beta moved into full production mode, and it actually got some new features. So if I fire up the MyPhone client, if you're familiar with it, you'll notice it has a little bit of a different look to it, but it also has the ability to connect up to different social networks. So we took a look at some of this through Windows Live a little bit, but I have the ability to post photos directly from my phone up to Flickr, up to Facebook, up to my Windows Live spaces in just a couple of steps. So it's very easy to add things to these integrated social networks. Now let's switch over here to the PC and look at the PC side of it. So not only does the MyPhone service back up my data to the cloud, but it allows me to manage it. It's not backed up to this black hole up there where I think the data's up there, I hope the data's up there. I can actually get to it and work with it. So that's half the power of this, is the ability to manage my data here. So I can go into things like contacts. I could come into a contact like Adam here and say, he changed maybe he changed companies or employers. Make a change to his contact information, his phone number or whatnot, save that information, and it saves back up to the site. Next time my phone synchronizes, those changes are reflected on my phone as well. Now, all this different information, contacts, calendars, photos, videos, my favorites from websites is a new thing that we've added. Music and documents, all these items are backed up to the web and manageable. I can work with them. Photos is a really big thing that people like to use their camera phones for, the cameras on their phones. So, but lots of us, they take a lot of photos with our phones, but we never really get the pictures off our phones. And we work with a lot of people in our user groups who we find that have drawers full of old phones, and they keep them simply because there's pictures on those old phones that they want to keep. They don't know how to get off of them. Here, these pictures have already been pulled off my phone, really. They're up on the website. They also exist on my phone. But I can do things such as download them. So I could grab a shot like this one. I can select download to PC, save it, click save, and just like that, that photo's now on my PC and I can work with it. I could go the other way around if I wanted to in Photos, and I could upload a photo to the website and synchronize it back up to my phone. I can upload a document to the website from my PC and synchronize it to my phone. So it's really easy to get the data back onto my phone and not just off of my phone. If I have things that are taking up lots of space on my phone, or incriminating photos of myself or my friends at the bar the other night, I can pull these off of my phone. I can simply archive them. So I can select a shot like this, and I can archive it. And now this picture is moved down to the archive section.